Epic Mountain Rentals for letting me test out 3 different bikes in about 3-4 hours.
If we can, we will.
Hell yeah. Thanks, man.
All right, guys. We've got our hands on the Commencal FRS, 27.5 front and rear. And there she goes.
We're gonna take this bad boy for a spin and see how this squishiness feels. Nice little downhill bike. First time on a downhill bike.
Mosquito Coast. These pedals take some.
Hey guys, so here we have the Commencal FRS, and this was the bike that I was most excited to try out. It was the better looking bike out of the 3, in my opinion. The biggest issues I saw with the Commencal, apart from the brakes, which I was not used to, there were the SRAM, I believe, DB8s, and yeah, I'm not a big fan of those brakes. But other than that, I felt like the bike just wasn't as stable as the other 2 I tried out. I don't know if that had to do with both the brakes and the tires. I felt like I was gonna wash out on a couple of locations, as you guys will see. And I mean, I wasn't even doing like a real chunky trail. This is like one of Keystone's few flow trails. With that being said, the Commencal FRS earns the 3rd place.
Yeah, this thing. Maybe I'm not used to it, but especially on those berms. Maybe it's these brakes, bro. Yeah, or these tires. They're washing out. This is where I see those Magic Marys. The difference.
One of the positives about this Commencal FRS, I have to say, was in the air. It felt pretty good in the air. I was able to manipulate the bike easier.
Oh. Hurt my foot there a little bit. And I think that's all she wrote. I landed wrong there with my foot. We'll give it a little bit of time. See how it feels. How you feeling, foot?
Thanks, Bobby. And this is the Rossignol Project DH. Let's see how we do on Mosquito Coast on this baby. Here we have the Rossignol Project DH that comes in the mullet setup, which is a 29-inch wheel in the front, 27.5 in the rear. And overall, this bike felt pretty good. A lot more stable than the Commencal. It absorbed the brake bumps really well. The only issues that I had were the brakes. I felt were in need of a bleed, and I felt like the left lever was busted. Other than that, this bike felt pretty good overall.
Definitely feels more stable than that FRS. And the brakes are braking, but man, they stink. Woohoo! Let's go. Oh. Fit on the brake bumps and the chatter. Yeah, these bikes are where it's at. There we go. Woo! Got a little bit too much air. Oh, this is where I about got bucked off last time. Let's see.
Alright guys, we have here the Trek /8 patty cakes, that's what it's called. And this is I think he told me it's a 170 travel Enduro bike. We got the Fox Float X and the Fox 36. So let's check it out. This is the last bike we're gonna test out today here at Keystone Bike Park.
I think we're gonna cook up our best run of the day on this bad boy. Oh yeah. Hands down. This trek, man. Dare I say, it feels better than my status, man. Woo! Dare I say, no, well, let's hit this baby. Woo! Oh, there we go. There we go. Had to be a little hiccup. And that's all me. That's all me.
This bike was by far my favorite bike, and I don't know if that's because I'm just used to riding an enduro bike, whereas those last two downhill bikes were the first time I've ridden a downhill bike. But overall, this bike was just dialed in. From the suspension to the components were in a lot better shape than those other two bikes. Not to say that, you know, those other two bikes with better components and maybe being taken care of a little bit better would have made a bigger difference. One thing for sure that the downhill bikes do better on is the brake bumps and the chunk. Since this was a blue flow trail, that wasn't really a factor, and I just enjoyed riding this Trek /8 a lot more.
Playful. And I'm not even a playful skill. I'm not even skilled. Woo! We whipped it there. Oh yeah. Damn, man. Woo! Just hit it. Ooh, big old rock to the foot. I'm not mad at these Shimano brakes. Let's go. Damn. The /8 for the win. There we go. Look at that. Rear control. Let's get it, man. That was my best run.